Pop culture gives us identical rows of Roman legionaries marching in perfect lockstep, all wearing the exact same armor. But a Roman soldier couldn't walk into a quartermaster's tent and order an Imperial Gallic type G from a catalog. Letters like G or I are modern analytical labels. Archaeologists use them to organize a sprawling family of protective gear, generally known as the Weisenau type. Treating these labels as rigid, standardized factory models obscures the messy reality of how Roman equipment actually evolved and functioned on a massive scale. By the early empire, Rome maintained large, permanent armies along frontiers like the Rhine. Equipment here endured freezing rain, endless muddy marches, and brutal close combat. The design answers to those pressures originated outside Italy. Earlier Celtic iron helmets from the Asian and Port groups featured deep, rounded bowls, distinct cheek pieces, and a structural focus on stopping downward strikes. As Roman legions moved into new territories, they encountered these designs, studied their effectiveness, and absorbed the local engineering into their own supply chains. We see this technical overlap in transitional pieces like the Nijmegen helmet found here in the Netherlands, which blends early Celtic decoration with structural features that legions would soon heavily rely upon. The empire's military strength relied heavily on recognizing an effective provincial design, recruiting local craftsmen, and putting their technical knowledge to work. Looking at this surviving example, the core is a hemispherical iron bowl. Shaping it required highly skilled forging. At the front, an applied iron strip creates a rigid brow reinforcement, positioned to intercept the heavy impact of a descending weapon. Directly above that structural reinforcement, you see these curved embossed lines. While prominent eyebrows are a visual signature of the Imperial Gallic family, they are largely decorative. They do not possess a hidden engineering function, and relying on their shape alone to date a helmet often leads to errors. The front profile provided kinetic defense where the soldier needed it most, topped with a distinctive flourish that gave the armor a clear identity. Moving to the sides, articulated cheek pieces on a hinge mechanism have scalloped edges, leaving the eyes unobstructed and mouth free to breathe. A tight temple cutout exposed the ear, ensuring soldiers could hear shouted orders over the noise of melee. At the back, the iron bowl extends into a sloping neck guard. Downward blows from behind strike this angle and deflect away from the skull. The guard is wide enough to spread the remaining kinetic energy across the upper shoulders, but short enough that a soldier could still tilt his head back or carry equipment. The resulting geometry balanced necessary heavy protection with the sensory awareness required to fight effectively within a tight formation. Excavated iron often appears dark and corroded today, but these objects were highly refined. A helmet discovered here in Besançon, France, demonstrates incredible material complexity. It incorporates silver plating, copper alloy rivets, red glass details, and attachment points for crests. Those fittings indicate a capability for ceremony or identifying rank. But wearing a tall, heavy plume in daily combat created a massive liability, easily catching on obstacles and enemy weapons. The equipment also traveled vast distances. Another high-quality helmet, now housed at Museum Wales, was found hundreds of miles away in Brigadio, modern Hungary. It features wide, prominent bronze bosses and a uniquely deep, sloping neck guard, highlighting how individual armorers customized the general template. Roman standardization accommodated regional craftsmanship and repair over time, allowing for massive variation from one legionary to the next. Zooming out, it is important to note that no single Kisum armor can completely protect a human body from harm. A legionary relied primarily on his large shield to intercept direct thrusts and projectiles targeting the torso and legs. This diagram illustrates how the Imperial Gallic helmet was designed specifically to cover the dangerous angles left exposed, protecting the skull, cheeks, and neck while the soldier pressed his shoulder into the shield wall. Survival on the frontier depended entirely on holding the line. The helmet allowed the soldier to stay protected while maintaining visual and auditory contact with the men next to him. The term Gallic describes the technical ancestry and manufacturing style of the metalwork. A Roman citizen born in Italy or North Africa serving in a distant province could wear a Gallic-style helmet. The supply system moved these vital tools across a vast network of roads, rivers, and frontier forts, ensuring troops were equipped regardless of location. Constant use meant constant repair. Armorers hammered out dents, replaced lost cheek pieces, and fixed broken hinges, giving every helmet a distinct operational history. The Imperial Gallic helmet survives as a physical record of Roman military doctrine. The legions secured the continent by absorbing the most effective metallurgical ideas they encountered, scaling their production, and carrying them to the edge of the known world.